here. All right. Antoinette, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. So if you are tuning in, my name is Makesa Coven. I am a double diamond leader with It Works Global. And then I have Antoinette Fox McQueen. She is also on the call. She is, well, you can tell them a little bit about yourself, Antoinette.
Yeah, when it's my time. Oh, okay.
Or,
Now.
or you can just say
All
like
right.
what your rank is and how long you've been in the business.
All right. So my name is Antoinette Fox McQueen, and I have been in the business for 4 years, January 20th. And I am also a double diamond as well.
Okay. All right, so how we are going to do the call, I'm going to get started on talking about just a little background about the company. So we are both brand ambassadors for a health and wellness company called It Works Global. It Works has been around since 2001. We were founded by a couple. Mark Pentecost was a high school basketball coach, and he just wanted more out of life. You know, him and his 3 kids and his wife were living in a small 2-bedroom house. You know, barely making ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck, because we all know teacher salaries, you just don't make a lot as a teacher. So he was looking for a way to make an extra $500 a month. He started network marketing, and then he was approached by a scientist who developed these body wraps, and we call them the crazy wrap mini. So the scientist approached him and said, you know, I have these awesome wraps that are, you know, they have, it's a non-woven cloth with botanically based cream, and it will allow you to tighten, tone, and firm anywhere from the neck down in a matter of 45 minutes. And so he was sold. And so he started the company, named It Works, because the wraps actually worked. And the rest is history. Over the course of the past 17 years, we have developed over 40 different products across our product line. So what I love about the company is that we have products for everybody. You know, we have hair vitamins, we have a full skincare line, we have the wraps that help you tighten, tone, and firm. We have lifestyle products that will help with, you know, supplementing and helping you lose weight. We have great multivitamins. We have essential oils. We have our greens that are awesome. I love chocolate. I love the greens, period, but I love the chocolate greens because it's a way to kind of disguise your kids getting fruits and veggies without them knowing. So my daughter drinks her greens every day. It has 52 superfoods, 34 fruits and veggies. So when they go through those stages, like Riley has always loved veggies, but now she's at that stage where she doesn't eat anything. So I know that she's getting her nutrients through these greens. So I just mix it in almond milk, just that simple. So we have, you know, the 40 products. And in 2008, our company actually became debt-free. And because we're a debt-free company, they thrive off of helping us get out of debt. So instead of giving us incentives to go out and drive around in cars that we're leasing, or other incentives that we're not able to gain anything from it, really. So we're given cash to go out and pay off debt, pay off student loan debt, pay off credit cards, pay off our cars, houses, our parents' houses, you know, be able to give back. So that's what they thrive off of. And we'll get into it in a little bit of how we are given these huge bonuses. Antoinette has earned over $40,000 in bonuses. I've earned over $52,000 in bonuses. And the business has been completely life-changing for both of us, really. So I'll get into a little bit of my story, and then I'll let Antoinette share hers. So I started the business back in 2014, November of 2014. I joined on a whim, kind of, because I had followed a girl for months. At the time, that year, I had struggled with hair loss and was trying to grow my hair back. So I think the year before I had my daughter. And so we all know, like, that postpartum hair shedding is horrible. And my hair just never got back on track. Like, I remember going to Disney with my daughter, and I was looking at pictures. Like, after we got back, I was posting them on Facebook, and I was like, girl, you have no edges. Like, why are you posting these pictures all over Facebook? So anyway, I had started taking, like, some competitor hair vitamins, and I struggle with acne. So I was finding that my acne was, like, it was worse than it had ever been. I was, like, getting acne on my chest, my back. I was like, you know, I can't do this no matter how much water I drink. So when I saw these vitamins, I saw that they were all natural and plant-based. So I was interested in ordering them. But what happened was, like so many of you who might follow me on Instagram or any other It Works brand ambassador, you see the products, you love them, you want to try them, but you just never reach out. So that was me. I just never reached out for months. And so I actually thought that she was just using the vitamins, and I was only going to ask her where she ordered them from. Like, it was that simple the way that she was marketing it. Wasn't as if she was selling something. So in November, I realized that, hey, this girl's actually getting paid to use these products. So why not do the same thing? Like, I wanted to grow my hair out, so why not join the business and get paid for it? So that's basically what I ended up doing. Leveraging sharing is what it is. So, just like we go out and we drink Starbucks, or we're all going to go see Black Panther next weekend, we're going to get on Facebook, post about it, share what our favorite parts were, share which actors we love, and the movie producers, none of the actors, none of them are going to give you any kickback for you sharing how much you love Black Panther. But what we're able to do with this company is grow our hair, have prettier skin. The skincare product is something else. Like I told y'all, I struggled with acne. So the skincare products have changed my life. Like I've paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars on cleansers, toners, all kinds of craziness, prescription medicines creams that I would have to refrigerate and then put on my face. And it would dry my face out. Like my face used to burn all the time, but it was the only way that I could clear my skin up. So with our cleansers and our toner and everything, it's all plant-based. So I am able to use that every day. It does not dry my skin out. My skin probably looks the best it has ever looked since my teenage years. And I absolutely love it. So I just share my results on social media. And in person, just wearing the paraphernalia. We have awesome clothing. So it's a great way, like we can wear shirts that say it works, and you're out and about and people are like, what works? So it's just you basically sharing. That's all it is. So a little bit about my experience in the company. I'm a single mom. I'm an engineer by trade. So at the time that I joined the business, I was working like 50 to 70 hours a week, like Monday through Sunday, sun up to sundown. I was dropping my daughter off at daycare at the break of dawn. Like it wasn't even daylight outside. It wasn't even daylight when I walked inside of our manufacturing plant. I worked as a quality engineer inside of a top food manufacturing company. And so since it was an awesome manufacturing company, we were taking on so many contracts. So that caused me, like, I would come to work on Fridays and be told by my supervisor that, hey, we need all staff working Saturday and Sunday. And me as a single mom, I'm thinking like, hold up, I am not able to just, drop my daughter off or leave my daughter at home with a husband and say, hey, babe, I'm going to work. Like it was just me. So then I had to like frantically have to find, daycare provisions for her. Her daycare was closed. I was in an area where I didn't have a lot of family. I didn't have any friends besides my coworkers. And so many times I was just like, lost in the thought, like, and if I didn't go to work, I would probably get fired. So it was just me, like, always frantically trying to find somewhere for my daughter to go. So I got to the point to where I was like, okay, this is not life. Like, this can't be. I did not go to school. I did not get this degree to be working like a slave. So that's what I felt like. I was a slave to a time clock. So I found this opportunity. I came in with the goal of just wanting like $300 to $500 extra a month. That's all. I figured if I could do that, I could not work weekends and be okay. Like, I'd be okay if it didn't happen. And then also, I was in a ton of student loan debt. So I was like, even if I continue having to work on weekends, I could pay my student loans off. I could stop putting them in deferment so much. So I was like, okay, it's $99 to join. What do I have to do? So I signed up, and I think in May of the next year, it took me a while to get off the ground because, like I said, I was engineer on social media. I felt like people just thought like I had it all together. I was a single mom kind of doing her own thing, and people just kind of looked up to me. So I didn't want to put out there that I hate my job. I'm broke because I'm living paycheck to paycheck after working 50 to 70 hours a week. So I just didn't want to put that in the atmosphere that I was like doing this side business. So it took me like 3 months to get over myself and realize that people do not pay my bills. Their opinions do not pay my bills. None of the people that have ever had opinions about anything I've done with this business have ever knocked on my door and paid my daughter's daycare. They haven't paid my rent. They haven't paid anything for me. So, just getting over yourself and knowing that you have to do what's best for you, your family, and your situation. So I came in, and I think it was April or May, I told my supervisor that I'm not working any weekends anymore. And I like wrote this nice note, told them like, hey, I'm not working weekends. I was at that point, I was like, you can fire me or whatever else, but I'm not going to not see my daughter on weekends anymore. So I was able to do that and not think twice about it because I was making that $500 extra a month. I was actually making like around $600 with this business. And so that kind of like offset me working weekends. So once I saw that the earning potential in this business was there. Like I kind of came in, I was still skeptical even when I signed up. I was like, you know, I've never done something like this before, never done network marketing. Prior to joining this, I thought everything was a scam. I spent hours actually researching the opportunity before I signed up because I did not want to sign up for something that was a scam. But the great thing was when I signed up, it was risk-free for me. So I spent $0. And Antoinette will get into like how you're able to join basically for free, essentially. So I was able to, okay, where was I? With the Ruby, I ended up going Ruby, making that extra $600 a month. And then progressively, I saw the earning potential. And that same year, you know, I really didn't have a why anymore. I was just like, okay, well, you know, I have that $600 extra a month. Let me just coast a little bit. And then life happened. So I always say that God put this business in my lap because he knew what was coming before I knew it was coming. He knew why I needed this business. So prior to October of 2015, my daughter's dad was paying her daycare religiously. Like that was one thing I did not have to worry about. Every first of the month, the daycare bill was just taken care of. He just log online and take care of it. Well, October came and I was like, okay, it's like the 10th. Her daycare is telling me that her daycare bill is due. Her dad's not answering the phone. Like, what's going on? And he was very present in her life. So, and this isn't any way knocking him. We have a better relationship now. He just went through like this phase of like not knowing how to handle life. So anyway, he just stopped paying her daycare. So I was just like lost in the sauce, trying to figure out how I was going to cover $900 extra a month, $900 to $1,000 extra a month. I just didn't know how. I started depleting my savings because it went from, you know, me having the $600 from It Works, which was helping, but to me now, like having almost $1,000 that I had to pay for daycare. So that's when I started really pushing to make more in this business. And that's the great thing too, is your work ethic will write your paycheck. So depending on how much work you are willing to put into it will determine how much you will make in this business. So we released an Emerald bonus that was $2,000. So right now we have a $5,000 Emerald bonus. And so that's what I set my eyes on. I knew that if I could make that $2,000 bonus and then get that $800 extra a month on top of that bonus, I would be okay. And so that's what I did. I worked really hard to get that Emerald bonus. And I actually posted on my Instagram earlier this week because it came up on my Facebook stories when this happened like 2 years ago. I was like crying when I checked my commission check because it was more than enough to cover my daughter's daycare. On top of, I think I paid my car note that month and my daughter's daycare with my Emerald check. So that's how life-changing this business can do. Like, think about what an extra $800 can do for you every single month. And with that bonus on top, it's like well over $1,000. So it's like $1,300 a month or more. And the Emerald average actually went up to $900. So you'll be making more than I was at that time. And so, yeah, I did that. And then the following month, I went Diamond, got an extra $2,000 a month on top of a $20,000 bonus. The following year, I went Double Diamond, which is an extra, or it's about $5,000 to $6,000 a month. And then I got a $30,000 bonus tacked on top of that. So at that time, I was like, okay, I'm about to stay at home with my daughter because fast forward to when I went Double Diamond, I actually had started working in a less stressful job. I started working for the state of Florida. I moved back home to Florida, and I took a pay cut too because I could do that because of It Works. So I was getting paid very well at this manufacturing company. I took a pay cut to move back to Florida, have a less stressful job, but I still found that I was the only person. Number one, I was the only Black person in the whole office. And then I was the only female engineer. So I had 2 strikes against me. So a lot of times when we had meetings and whatnot, or if my daughter fell on the playground, her school was really good about calling me and saying, hey, you know, Riley fell or she's running a fever. Can you come pick her up? And without a second guess, I'm always like, okay, well, I have to go. I have to go get my daughter. And so a lot of times, you know, I was in an office with nothing but men. So they're looking at me crazy like, oh, she's leaving work at 3 o'clock? Like, that's unheard of. Why is she leaving work? And for them, they have wives at home that can like leave and go get the kids, or most of their wives are like stay-at-home moms, so that wasn't a worry for them. They could work till 8 o'clock if they had to. and then still have dinner on the table when they got home. But for me, I was doing it all myself. So it got to be overwhelming to where it wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. I was tired of missing my daughter's dance recitals or missing gymnastics. There were a lot of times when she would come, she always packs her gymnastics clothes on the days. That's what she looks forward to, like Tuesdays and Thursdays. She'll pack it in her book bag. So I'd come pick her up some Tuesdays and Thursdays because it started at 4, and she'd be like, okay, mommy, I'm gonna go change. And I'm like, no, baby, it's 6 o'clock. We missed gymnastics because mommy had to work late. And so that was so disheartening to me. I just wanted to be more present for my daughter. And so It Works has allowed me choices. I've been able to make choices. So me saying, okay, I want to fire my boss, I'm going to be my own boss, I was able to do that because of this company. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell of my story. And it's really great that we're able to kind of incorporate this business into our everyday life. It's nothing more than what we already do every single day. So I'm going to turn it over to Antoinette, and she's going to share her story and then a little bit about how you can get started in the company.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right. Hey guys, so I already said who I am. So my story is like completely different. I started this business in January 20th, 2014. I was a college student, broke college student. I always like to emphasize that because I was working part-time, actually in my field. I was a public relations / journalism major. And I was working pretty much getting $300 every 2 weeks. And one that barely even paid my car payment, which I believe was around like $297. So that was like the whole car payment. Had to pay my car insurance. I was a graduating senior. So of course, not only are they taking loans out, but they're also having to pay just to leave college. So I was just kind of lost. I was like, what am I going to do? I don't want to take on a full-time job at the time. I'm an AKA. I was Miss Senior. I was in other organizations on campus. So I needed something that was mobile. And my cousin, he had told me that him and his girlfriend, now wife, was doing this, and they were just leaving out of conference, which I'm quite sure a lot of you guys have you guys saw that I just left last week, actually. And when I saw how hyped they were, and I was like, maybe this is real, and I went ahead and just like, you know what, let me go ahead and listen. So I called his girlfriend, and she was like giving me the rundown. And once she told me that she was making $6,000 a month, I was like, what? From your smartphone? You just posting before and afters of some bellies. That's it. So I was like, okay, sign me up. So she was like, all right, it's $99. And of course, the first thing a college student is going to think is $99. Like, I don't have that. So I had it literally in my savings account. And I was like, you know what, God, you got this. Like, if this is for me, you're going to repay me back tenfold. So I remember, because I actually had to call my husband last night too. And I remember asking him, like, should I do this? Like, is this something I need to do? And he was like, why not? Just go ahead and do it. So I joined, and literally in 3 months, I went emerald, which is what we're going to talk about that $5,000 bonus. So I was like on a roll. I was like, you know what? I need this. This is so easy. I'm just posting before and afters of me using the products, of other people using the products. And I was just on a roll. I was helping other people, other college students. And a lot of times, a lot of people say they're too busy to do this business, but I felt like when I was super busy, I was able to be so successful because I was talking to people left and right. I was in class. We have these little green packets where I would like be in class, pouring the powder in my water bottle, shaking it up while the teacher talking. And I'm just like, drinking it up. And of course, somebody going to tap me like, what is that? Or of course, we have like these hair, skin, and nail vitamins that is like one of my favorite products. And I would just be popping them in class, and I would leave it up there. And of course, at the end of the class, they're like, what are you doing? Or what are you taking? And that was like an easy way for me to get a lot of clients because I was letting the products talk for themselves. And so let's fast forward to, I graduated 2014, ended up moving out of my mom's house, moving to a different area. And I actually started a big girl job, is what I like to say, out of college. And I was happy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it works on the back burner. It was more so like something just to get some easy cash for while I was in college. And once after I was there for like 2 months, I started getting depressed. Like I would go to work crying and they're like, what does the matter? Like, you know, do you need more money? You know, what is it? I'm like, no, I just don't want to be here. And I remember that same day I put in my 2 weeks and they were like, oh no, you're still in training, so you have to leave today. And I'm like, what? You know, I was just waiting for that extra, you know, $1,000 or whatever that they paid me just to come in so that could help me get to the next job. And it was literally that day that I was like, you know what, you know, I'm just going to, you know, just take this leap of faith and just leave. So that same day, I found out I was pregnant with my first daughter, Audrey. So just, you can just think right now that I was stressed out, just lost a job. Now I'm pregnant. What am I going to do? I don't have no family in the area. It was just me and my husband at the time. And I was like stressed out. So that day, I literally was like, you know what? Instead of me going and finding another job, I'm just about to take this business serious. I had just went down to Georgia to visit Alina and Prince, and they were just having the time of their lives. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm sitting here, you know, clocking into work, knowing that I was not happy in what I was doing. And I was like, I need to just go out and get it. Like they were literally being like walking billboards. They had clothes on. Any little restaurant we went to, I mean, they just exemplified the perfect brand ambassador. So I was like, you know what? All right, so I got this. So 2015, I ended up promoting to Diamond, which is the first leadership level in the company. And I was so excited because I was like, oh, snap, I got my first $2,000 check. I'm doing it. I've got money now. I'm working with my daughter by my side. Hi. Oh, sorry. Someone's looking at this on Instagram. So yeah, so I was like, yeah, I got my first $2,000 check, got my daughter by my side. I'm doing this. I'm working for my cell phone. So 2017 came, and in March, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to take it up a notch. Ended up finding out I was pregnant with my second daughter in February. So March, I was like, you know what? It's time to lace up my shoes, get this right. And I ended up going double diamond, and I earned a $30,000 bonus. And then my husband went diamond, and he earned a $10,000 bonus. So just think about that. Just let that. It's crazy because I always say this. Like just looking at our 1099 from last year, I was like crying because I'm like, wow, I literally have made what I was making plus more when I was working at that big girl job. And it just made me, you know, so thankful and grateful that I even took the leap of faith to join this business. Like Makesa said, she joined it, you know, just thinking, you know, just getting those extra couple of $100. But you never know how God is going to twist your life around. Like I said, I started this while I was in college as a broke college student, not even thinking that it was anything more than just a few extra dollars. Now it's literally affording me the opportunity to stay home with my daughters by my side. And hopefully, prayerfully, one day I can retire my husband with this business as well. And it's just so mind-blowing to think that this business, this $99 that I invested into this business has afforded me a $40,000 bonus, has allowed for me to make over $6,000 a month, which is something that when I first came in and my cousin was saying that she was making, I was like, girl, there's no way that you're making it. So when I finally saw that check with my name on it with that amount of money, I was like, God, this is real. This is real. So yeah, so that is my story. That's how I got started with the business. Super excited when I first started, super excited still because I'm still able to be at home with my daughters, still able to talk to so many women and men about this business, still able to change lives financially and physically with these products. And that is something that I always say that you want to lead with. See, when I first came in, I was only thinking about the money. I was like, yeah, I need $100 here. I need $200 here, $300. But now that I have learned to really take control of my life, my health, caring about, you know, my hair, caring about, you know, those extra few pounds that I want to lose after I have my baby, it's like the business has truly changed into me using the products and getting paid to use the products. So that's why we're talking about getting fit with this $5,000 bonus by using these products, leveraging this business so that it can afford you and give you this vehicle to fund your dreams. So yeah, that is my story about the business. Did you want me to go ahead and get started about how we get paid? All right. So yeah, so we have 3 easy steps in this business. And this was another reason why I really love this business, because I did another network marketing company. And I always say it was like my grandmom's type of company, because they weren't, it wasn't a very clear compensation plan. And it wasn't as easy as this is. So the first step is to join. So yes, we joined. It's $99, just like Makaysa said. But you can actually come in with so many free products. You're coming in with, of course, like we came in with an extra box of wraps and defining gel. But until February 28th, you're able to come in with 5 days worth of greens detox, which was a detox I was talking about. I was pouring into my drink. You're coming in with 5 days of keto coffee that helps with the mental focus. That's why I love to use, because I have 2 daughters, like I said, and they always run me ragged. And then you're coming in with a full 2-day cleanse, and you're getting an extra wrap and defining gel. So what I personally did when I first came in, and like I said, I didn't have the $99. I went and found 4 people, wrapped them, and got my $100 back. So you're able to do that, plus have an extra wrap that you can use for yourself, so that people can't say, well, have you tried the products? You can say, yeah, I got my results right here. And then the second step is what we call wrap for free. So when you come in and you help 4 people, you can ask if they will be your product models, if they want to use any type of products that maybe you have tried in your kit, or any other product that they're interested in. Usually I always say we want to contact our warm market. So for example, when I first joined, I asked my mom, my sisters, my cousin, my aunt, and they were my first customers, and you're actually able to get $100 in free product credit. So a lot of times some people ask me like, well, once I join and I wrap 4 people and I get my $100 back, what's next? Okay, so what's next is you finding those 4 people that will help you and support your business, and you get another $100 in free product credit. So I always say like that's a huge thing that you want to capitalize on, because you can use it for more products. You can use it for gear. I'll put my computer down. You can use it for gear, and you can use it for marketing materials. We have catalogs and business cards and things like that. Then the step 3 is going Ruby. So like Makaysa was saying, she was needing that extra, $500. I know I was needing that $500 just to pay for my car payment, my car insurance. So if you come in and you know a couple of people who are needing extra income just like you, so what I did was, I'm an AKA, so I asked my line sisters, I asked a few of my friends, a few people around campus, my family, things like that. And I pretty much was set up for the second rank in our company, which is called Ruby. And that pretty much averages about $500 a month. So those are the 3 steps that we come in, and we call those steps to success. We don't have any quotas. So of course, if you don't do your steps to success that first month coming in, or that next month, you're not penalized or anything like that. That's just something to help us stay on a straight path and have a goal in mind when we come in. So yeah, Makaysa, did you want to finish off with the bonus, or you want me to talk about it as well?
Sorry, I was muted. It doesn't matter. Do you want to talk about it, or I can?
Either or. Well, I know you got that 2,000 Emerald bonus. See, when I went Emerald, we didn't have a bonus for that. It was going Diamond in 90 days. So I ended up going Emerald in 90 days. And I wish we had an Emerald bonus at that time, because that would have been great. But I ended up making over the Emerald average. So it was pretty much leveled out, and just
Emerald was awesome. I think that was like the first time seeing a comma in my check, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So right. like I was telling you guys, I got the $2,000 Emerald bonus, and we had just left our conference, similar to the same conference, but 2 years ago. We just left last weekend, but it was actually a week and a half later, because I had told y'all I was like trying to figure out how I was paying my daughter's daycare. So when they announced this bonus, I was like, I have to have this. Like, it has to happen. So a week and a half later, I earned it. And it was just as simple as, like I said, like going out there and actually talking to people, opening our mouths. So many times, we have opportunities on our hands, but we just won't open our mouths and talk about it. And then, you just have to think about how many people can you impact by saying yes. So many times, like even now in this business, it gives me chills to think about how much my team has grown, how much our team has helped so many, like thousands of people to become healthier, to live a better health or lifestyle, grow better, healthier hair. So just the amount of people that I, have been impacted by my yes, the amount of people whose yeses have impacted other people. And just, being in a network of women that are so empowering and motivating. So, we have, and I always say this, and some people think that I'm crazy for thinking this way, but if I never made another dime and it works, I would leave here and I would never badmouth this company, because it opened up a new mindset for me that I never had before. Like I read, but just enough to get by, like in my company, so I could like move up to another level or something, or become a manager or supervisor. Like that's as much as I did, but I was so tired and burnt out that I never took time for me or finding what my purpose was, or, pouring into myself daily. And this company has allowed me to do this, like to just dream bigger, become a better person. And it's a constant like faith walk with God, because you're dealing with people, all different personalities, and just being able to kind of develop into a person that can deal with that. Being able to connect with women, like, and I would have never met Antoinette if it wasn't for this business. She lives all the way in like Virginia. Never would have met her. And we have the same sponsor in the business, so we were connected through the business. But just being able to, find people that are like-minded, it's so awesome. But back to the $5,000 bonus. How it works is basically when you come in, Emerald is the 4th rank in the company. So like we mentioned, most people come in wanting to get that $200 to $500 extra a month. So distributors average about $50 a month. And that's average. Some people make well over that. We have girls on our team that are at distributor rank making $200 a month. So it just depends on, again, your work ethic. And then the next rank is executive. So as an executive, you average about $200, $250 a month. Again, that's average. And then a ruby is about $400, $450 a month, about $500 a month. And then is when you get to the emerald rank. And it's just a matter of you going out and opening your mouth, like I said, and asking other people if they are interested in joining this business with you, sharing other people's stories. And then emeralds make about an extra $939 a month, and that's average. On top of this $5,000 bonus, which is more than what I got, you're getting $5,000. And just imagine getting a check for like, and I won't say barely working, because it is work, but it doesn't feel like work, because we post on social media all day long about nonsense. We're sharing articles, we're sharing videos, but imagine sharing before and after pictures and waking up on the 15th of the next month and you have a check coming into your bank account with a comma in it. Like, just imagine that, y'all. And so that's basically, what it is in order to get this bonus. And of course, once you progress to other leadership ranks in the company, diamond and above, it unlocks a different part of our compensation plan, which we call leadership bonuses. And whoever invited you to the call can kind of go into depth about that, because it gets kind of confusing. And then another way that we're paid outside of just this incentive bonus and the leadership bonuses, we get fast start bonuses. And these are awesome, because so many times fast start bonuses were paying for my daughter's daycare. They still pay for my daughter's daycare. Honestly, like imagine getting $200 on Thursdays, and I just go to her daycare and swipe my card, because that covers daycare for the week. But we get fast start bonuses basically by helping other people become successful in the company. So we do not get paid to just recruit. We have to spend time, invest time in holding someone's hand and teaching them how to basically fish or become successful in the company. And when you do that, the company rewards you by giving you unlimited $100 weekly bonuses. Those bonuses can be used for anything. You can use them for daycare, for gas, to put food on your table. So, we get paid multiple ways. And I think Antoinette mentioned the Rap Cash. Like, Rap Cash has put gas in my tank. It still does. I ride around with my magnets on my car, and I could be pumping gas. There's been so many times that men, women, actually, I probably get more Rap Cash from men, honestly, because they're like, you think that's going to help my belly? Can you give me 3 of those? And I'll sell like 3 wraps on the spot, get $75. I'm like, dang, well, this covers my gas and then some. So it's just that simple. And that's cash that's put in our pockets. Like, we don't have to give that to anyone. So we get paid multiple ways. We have products for everybody, and you honestly have nothing to lose. Like, I don't think there's anything to lose by joining. And when I joined, I came in with that mindset, like, I have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And, you know, look at me now, 3 years later, at the sixth rank of the company, just from taking one leap of faith. And it's completely nervous. Like, I get it. Like, I've been there before, because you probably have never been in a company like this. You've probably never experienced network marketing. It's completely like nerve-wracking, but you know, you just have to like put one foot in front of the other. And you know, before you know it, 4 or 5 years later, you could be a millionaire in the company. Antoinette had mentioned our sponsor. When we came into the business, she was at the rank we are now. She's now number 14 in the entire company and a millionaire. So imagine what can happen. And that's 3 years, like, since we've been in the business, that she's become a millionaire. So I'll leave with that. Just put one foot in front of the other. Take the leap of faith. You guys all are worth it. Your family is worth it. Your dreams are worth it. You deserve to live a life of purpose, and not just a life where you are doing the mundane of like living 9 to 5 and you have or working for your 9 to 5 and coming home being stressed out. Like, even if you are, you know, happy with your career, do something to supplement that so that you can feel like you have a purpose in life. Because so many times we work, like, I didn't feel like I had a purpose because I wasn't really helping people. Like, my job consisted of me sitting at a desk crunching numbers. Like, I wasn't helping anyone, but there's so much fulfillment out of helping other people reach their goals, health goals, their financial goals, and all of that. So I'm going to turn it to Antoinette, and she can kind of close us out if there's anything else you wanted to share.
Yeah, I definitely just wanted to piggyback on that, on you saying that, you know, you weren't feeling fulfilled. That's the same way. Like I said, I went to school as well. And when I got my degree, I literally was looking at, okay, so how can I really work in my field? But I feel like I still am, because journalism, public relations, I'm still like talking with people. I'm still able to connect on social media, because that's literally what I used to do when I was working. Is just literally post just for someone else. But instead, I'm posting for myself and able to leverage posting and just getting paid for it. And like she was saying, you know, you don't have to quit your job, you know, if you love your job, but of course we all need extra income. I mean, just looking at how the government has been shutting down left and right, you know, it seems like not a lot of jobs are very promised, you know, like it really seems like you can have a job today and you can be let go the next day or next hour, and you never know. So that's why I really love this type of business, because you can work it when you're busy. You can work it when, you know, you are down and out. You can work it when you just don't know exactly what to do, because it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle. We're all not going to be here when we're, you know, 80 years old just talking about slinging some raps. It's just something where we can use this vehicle to fund our dreams. I'm quite sure there's a lot of things that we all want to do as the end goal. We probably want to open up our own businesses. We probably want to start clothing lines or you know, just anything that we want, but we're not going to always be able to do that with our job. Sometimes our job is just enough to just get us over paying the bills or paying our student loans or what have you. So that's why it's so good to have an extra income, an extra stream of income to fund whatever it is that your heart desires. So I know just personally with me, my why has changed. My why was at first just for some extra income while I was in college. Then it turned into being a stay-at-home mom. And then now that I have 2 daughters, it's like, okay, I want my husband home with me because I go crazy with 2 little girls running around. So it's like, you just never know how much this business can change your life. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. We don't want to hold you guys long. We thank you so much for joining us today. And whoever invited you to this call, please text them, call them, give them a number from 1 to 10 of how interested you were in joining the business. 1 being, nah, girl, maybe I might just be a product tester, or 10, maybe, you know what, I'm just going to take that leap of faith and I'm going to join. I'm going to get these free products before the February 28th. And we just cannot wait to see you flourish in this business. And we hope you guys have a great weekend. And thank you so much for hopping on a Saturday. All right. You guys have a great night.
All right. Bye.
Bye.